Hey, my name is Jeremy. This is Red Means Recording. Am I recording? Let's find out. Yes, this is the Teenage Engineering OPZ. I'm doing a series of videos on its different components. We've done a whole bunch before. If you want to watch more, check out the playlist or the end card, description, video, etc. This one I want to go over the sort of finishing up the control tracks, like the tape, some of the effects you're going to see up here, the master track, the mixer track, etc. So let us start with the tape track. The tape track is kind of a weird effect. It's an always-on audio buffer that allows you to sample what is happening and sort of chunk it up. And it can be sequenced, it can be muted, so it's cool to use it as a performance effect. So something that I want to start off with is if you hit up here, the little shift arrow, you're going to see 4 yellow LEDs here. These 4 LEDs represent which tracks the tape is going to be sampling from and affect. So let's go ahead and have it affect everything at first. So with the tape track, up here, you're going to be able to sequence stuff. Down here, okay, yes, okay. So the black keys represent the size of the audio buffer. 16th note, 8th, dotted 16th, quarter, 6th, etc., etc. And then these ones down here represent the part of the song, part of the audio buffer and measures that you're sampling from. So let's just go ahead and play and we'll mess around with this. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and turn off it affecting the drums and just have it affect the synth tracks. I mentioned that you could sequence this. So if I hold record and play, now it's ready to receive input. And I can now sequence this. So now that I've recorded some tape sequence, and again, I can mute and unmute this tape track here, so it can be turned on and off. So that's pretty cool. Now I have access to filtering, the affected tape signal, and if you're wondering, like, when it's normal again, the little green LED here, can you see that? The little green LED means that I'm back in the middle again. Okay, fine tune, which allows me to tune the tape buffer. So I just cleared the track. I'm gonna also keep in mind that just like with every other sequencer in the OPZ, if you hold down one of the trigs that you've recorded, you'll see a little purple note, which represents how long that trig is. And because this particular effect is so based on the buffer before and after it, you might want to keep an eye on how long those trigs are, because if I let this trig go all the way to the next trig, it's not going to have as much to sample from. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. The green knob here controls speed, and I'm not going to be able to really describe how this works very well. It's sort of a, like, rocking the tape head. yeah, The tape track is pretty weird. I haven't really used it a lot in any of my compositions yet, but I think I'm going to change that because I really like how the way this sounds. It's just one of those things that really, really rewards experimentation. Let's go on to the master track. The master track changes the same thing as the tape track in that you can select what it's going to affect by holding the up button. Now, the master track, besides having chorus, drive, filter, and resonance, which I'll just demonstrate real quick. So let's turn these all the way down. Filter and resonance should be self-explanatory. Yeah, it's the same filter that's on everything else, but you can actually affect the entire track. And that green LED there, again, tells you back when you're back at the middle. So if you're not using the screen here, I mean, even with the screen, you can't really see any visual feedback from there. I don't really understand why. They could have just put like a little ring around there to show you where you are. Come on, Teenage Engineering. Drive, which you can hear kicking in. I believe, if I had to guess, I think this is like the OP1's compressor, the master compressor, which I love. So really nice effect to get a really big compressy sound off there. And visual feedback for this is just the LED getting brighter. So that's with no drive. You can hear the drive increasing there to give you that really pumpy effect, which is nice. Chorus is a master chorus effect. I don't really know why I would ever use this. Maybe an ambient or something, but here's what it sounds like. I don't know. I guess maybe if you're just playing the OPZ as a single synth, like maybe in a band or something like that, it might be nice to have a stereo chorus on it to give you some widening and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't really know. I guess maybe as a performance effect too. Not really sure. So those are the things up there. Down here, we have this transposition thing going on. What the OPZ tries to do is look at your synth tracks here and guess what the key is. And then it's going to allow you to transpose on the fly. Okay, cool. So the bass, the ARP, and the chord are all being triggered by this. There's the bass, how it normally is sequenced. So there's an example of how the master track can transpose all the sequences you've written on the fly. You don't have to write out your entire chord progression in each individual track, making it like forever long and, doing all your chords, because depending on what kind of music you're making, the master track will allow you to do transposition stuff. And like the other tracks, you can record stuff here. Okay, so I just recorded a chord sequence in the master track that's affecting all the tracks that I have selected right here. And I can mute that on and off. So if I go over to this thing, you can hear that it's doing the chord changes. But if I was to mute this track, it would just play the original notes as they were entered. So that's a pretty cool way to switch back and forth between static and melodic sections of your song. So we've gone over tape, we've gone over master. Since we're talking about control tracks, in the mixer page here, you have these controls up here for your master volume, punch, which is like the punch compressor in the OP1, the overall volume of your drum group, and the overall volume of your synth group. So I can turn down my drum group volume. Not all the way though. Oh, probably because there's a send going on. And you can see the visual feedback of the LED right here. It's too much. Including the master right here. Synth group can get turned down. We're way too far up. Punch. punch all the way off. Let's punch all the way on. So, kind of a compressor, I guess. Performance we've already gone over in a different video. And then we have control for the module that will come in here, DMX, which I don't have access to, and motion, which I might try to show off in a completely different video once I have a way to record it properly. While we're on the subject of the mixer, you can obviously mute individual tracks here. When you have the app, you can touch these sliders here and change the volume of each one on the fly. If you're just using the OPZ, each track can be muted here by holding down this thing, and you do get visual feedback of that. These black keys become mute groups, and what mute groups are what they sound like. You can select a group of tracks to be muted depending on which key is hit. And this is extremely useful for live performances. So if I just wanted a track, if I wanted to just have something where the kick drops out, or in this, I just wanted it to be drums, and here I just wanted it to be everything on the top here, no bass, and then I wanted this to be, I don't know, something like that. So check this. So really, really fun to play. It's like having a DJ mixer for all your stuff, but it's instantaneous. Very, very, very useful for live performance. Okay, so those are the control tracks of the OPZ. I hope that this has been informative. I also hope that you're starting to understand the potential of this little box. It's kind of crazy how much they packed into it. If you want to watch more videos of the playlist, go ahead and check out the link in the description, or check out the end card, which will also have links and stuff. Yeah, my name is Jeremy. This is Red Means Recording. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.